everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. How are you today?
Hi there. I'm doing great, thanks. How about you, Sophie?
I'm good too, Daniel. It feels amazing to be here again. Another chance to learn, laugh, and grow together in English.
Absolutely. And before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends. It really helps our community grow and reach more English learners around the world.
Yes, thank you all so much for your support. Now, today's episode is something I know many of you will relate to. It's called You Understand English but Can't Speak It. Let's fix that.
Oh, yes, that's a big one. So many people say, I can understand everything when I listen, but when it's my turn to speak, nothing comes out.
Exactly, Daniel. I hear that all the time from students. They say, I watch movies, I listen to songs, I understand my teacher, but when I try to speak, my brain just freezes.
I know that feeling. It's like your thoughts are in English, but your mouth doesn't get the message.
Right. And today we're going to talk about why that happens and, more importantly, how to fix it.
Great. So let's start with the first question. Why can we understand English but not speak it easily?
Well, one reason is that listening and speaking are two different skills. You can train your ear for years, but if you never practice moving your mouth in English, your speaking muscles just don't wake up.
True. It's like going to the gym for your ears, but not your tongue. You get strong in understanding, but not in speaking.
Exactly. And another reason is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding funny. Many learners understand everything, but stay silent because they're not confident enough to try.
Yes, that's so true. I always tell my students, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes mean you're learning.
That's right. Every mistake is a sign that you're trying, and that's what brings progress.
So if you're listening right now and you understand what we're saying, but rarely speak, don't worry. This episode is for you.
Exactly. Because in the next part, we'll share some simple, practical exercises to unlock your voice and start speaking confidently in English, even if you've been silent for years.
That's going to be exciting. Let's dive into those exercises right after this.
So, as we were saying, let's dive into those exercises that can really help you start speaking English more confidently.
Yes, Sophie, because understanding English is great, but using it, speaking it, living it, that's where the magic happens.
Exactly, Daniel. And the first exercise is super simple. It's called Think in English. You can start small. For example, when you wake up, instead of saying in your language, I'm going to brush my teeth, say it in English.
Oh, that's a great one. Like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. I'm getting ready for school. It sounds simple, but it trains your brain to switch from translating to thinking directly in English.
Exactly. Translation is the biggest trap. When you stop translating and just speak, your sentences come out more naturally.
Yes, and even if your sentences aren't perfect, who cares? The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
I love that, Daniel. Communicate first, correct later. All right, exercise number 2, shadowing practice.
Ah, yes, one of my favorites.
Mine too. For our listeners who don't know, shadowing means listening to a sentence in English and repeating it immediately, like an echo.
Exactly. You can use your favorite podcast, movie, or YouTube video. Listen to one line, then say it at the same time or right after. For example, I can do it. I can do it.
Yes, that's how you build rhythm, pronunciation, and confidence all at once.
And here's a little trick. Don't just copy the words, copy the emotion. If the person sounds happy, sound happy. If they sound surprised.
That's so true. English is not just about words. It's about energy and intonation.
Right. And that's why shadowing is so powerful. It makes you feel the language, not just understand it.
Okay, and here's a third exercise I recommend. Record yourself.
Ooh, that one can be scary at first.
I know. Nobody likes hearing their own voice. But recording yourself helps you notice your pronunciation and progress over time. You can say a short text, listen, and compare it to a native speaker.
Exactly. And after a few weeks, you'll be shocked, in a good way, at how much more natural you sound.
Yes, and that's what builds confidence. You start to hear your own improvement. So, let's recap quickly. 1. Think in English.
2. Do shadowing practice.
3. Record yourself and listen.
Perfect summary, Daniel. And in the next part, we'll show how to use these exercises in real-life situations, at work, with friends, or even while traveling.
Oh, that's the best part. Because practice doesn't have to be boring. It can be part of your daily life.
Exactly. So let's talk about that right after this short break.
So, as we were saying, practice doesn't have to be boring. It can actually become part of your daily life.
Exactly, Sophie. You don't need a classroom or a teacher every time you want to practice English. Your daily life is full of opportunities if you know how to look for them.
That's right, Danielle. Let's start with one of the easiest situations, talking to yourself. Yes, it might sound funny, but it's one of the most powerful ways to practice.
Oh, yes, I do that all the time. When I'm cooking, I say things like, I'm cutting the onions, or I need more salt. It's such a simple way to keep your English brain active.
Exactly. It's like keeping your engine running. You don't wait for someone to talk to you. You create your own English environment.
Right, and you can also describe what's happening around you. For example, the bus is late again, or that man looks tired, or it's a beautiful sunny day today.
Yes, that's a great example. Everyday life gives you endless vocabulary, and you start to feel the language, not just study it.
Another great place to practice is with friends. If you have a friend who's also learning English, make an English-only challenge.
Oh, I love that idea, Danielle. You can say, hey, every day at lunch, let's speak English for 10 minutes. At first, it's funny and awkward, but after a week, it becomes natural.
Exactly. And even if you make mistakes, that's part of the fun. Laugh about it, correct each other, and move on.
Here's another everyday example. When you travel or meet tourists, try using simple sentences like, where are you from? Or, do you like it here?
Oh yes, travelers love that. And it gives you real-life practice, spontaneous, authentic conversations.
And for people who don't travel much, don't worry. The internet is full of opportunities. You can join Facebook groups, online games, or Discord communities in English.
Exactly. You don't need to live in London or New York to speak English. You can bring English into your world, one small moment at a time.
Beautifully said, Danielle. And remember, listeners, even 2 or 3 minutes of daily speaking practice makes a huge difference over time.
Yes, consistency beats perfection. It's better to practice 5 minutes a day than 1 hour once a week.
Exactly. And in the next part, we'll wrap things up with a summary of the key expressions and tips you can start using today, plus a little motivation to keep you going.
Oh, I love that part, Daniel, the motivational ending.
Me too. So stay with us because that's coming right up.
And we're back. So as we promised, let's wrap things up with a quick review of what we learned today.
Yes, today's episode was all about understanding English, but not being able to speak it, and how to fix that.
Exactly. We talked about shadowing, which means listening and repeating what you hear, almost like an echo. You can do it with YouTube videos, songs, or even podcasts like this one.
Right. And we also mentioned talking to yourself in English, describing your day, your actions, or what's around you. Remember these small but powerful sentences? I'm cooking rice. The bus is late again. It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, simple sentences like those build confidence over time.
And then, of course, we talked about practicing with friends or online communities. Even short English conversations can make a big difference.
Exactly. And my favorite tip, consistency over perfection.
Just 5 minutes a day can completely change your level after a few weeks.
That's so true. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave enough to start speaking.
Oh, yes, I love that. Brave enough to start. So, dear listeners, remember, mistakes are not failures. They're signs that you're learning, growing, and improving every single day.
Absolutely, Daniel. So here's a quick challenge for our listeners today. After this episode, pick one small thing you can say in English out loud. Maybe describe what you're doing right now, or repeat one sentence from today's episode.
That's a great idea, Daniel. And if you want, you can even share it in the comments below. Tell us, what English sentence did you practice today? We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please share your sentence. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends who are also learning English.
The more people practice together, the easier it becomes. Let's build a big community of confident English speakers.
Beautifully said, Daniel. And before we go, here's one final reminder. You already understand English. Now it's time to speak it, live it, and make it part of your life.
That's right. You've got this, listeners. We believe in you. One word, one sentence, one day at a time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, keep practicing, and stay confident.
Bye for now.